Ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? Courage here, bringing another video here today. Today is a very special video because it is the 500 subscriber celebration. Okay, I'm never going to sing again on a video ever. And if I do, then I should probably slap myself. Guys, I want to thank you so much for 500 subs. I promised back when we had like 100 subscribers like a month ago that I would do a Q&A, so here I am today bringing it to you guys. I asked for you all to send in questions on Twitter with the hashtag AskCourage. Nice looking hashtag, I like that. And I got a ton, so I'm going to go through as many as possible here in this video. Let's get into it. Question 1 coming in from Quain Trains. He said, did you become beautiful overnight, or was it a more gradual process? Well, Quain Trains, firstly, Quatrains, I don't know how you say your name. First of all, Quatrains, the big thing to remember is that I was born beautiful. Baby, I was born this way, to quote Lady Gaga. I'm one of the most beautiful people east of the Mississippi. The extra weight on me is really just extra cushioning, because, you know, some people like something to grab onto, them ladies like that. So, basically what I'm telling you is, yes, I became beautiful overnight the night I was born, and I've had that beauty since then. Next question. Is it hard doing school and being a caster at the same time? That's something that I've had to be dealing with now in these last few months, and I'll honestly say yes. It is tough because not only am I balancing trying to be the best caster I could be, I'm trying to build my Courage the Gamer, my MLG.TV/Courage, my Twitter following with you guys. I'm trying to balance an entire 15 credit course load. I am trying to play and enjoy video games myself. I'm trying to hit the gym 4 times a week at least. And I'm also trying to balance being on the executive board of a fraternity and just being in the fraternity in general. So a lot of stuff on my plate there, and I think I've been doing a good job of it so far. But I really need to make sure I keep ironing that out in the future. Instead of just being lackluster in all of those, I need to keep excelling in all of those. So really I've been putting so much effort into YouTube as well as school and streaming that I'm also now seeing some slight fall-offs and only hitting the gym 2 to 3 times a week, or not keeping up with the fraternity as well. So I need to kind of tighten those up and keep doing those well, but it is challenging to say the least. What is your most embarrassing moment? Oh gosh, I got this question from a couple people. My most embarrassing moment. I'm going to tie in this one with what was your most embarrassing or awkward high school experience? They're both at the same time in my life, so I might as well make a 2-for-1 question, baby. Basically, it's a kind of a story, but here's what was happening. We were at lunch one day, and at my school, we all had laptops provided by the school. And people were eating their lunch. Someone didn't finish their ham sandwich. So, everyone was kind of having fun, and someone, for some reason, started putting ham sandwich in someone's laptop, like on the keyboard, and then slamming the screen shut. So, your laptop is filled with, like, hammy disgustingness. I don't fucking know. But basically, they were doing that. And someone started doing it to me, like, a few times, and I'm someone who, alright, yeah, the joke is funny, I toss jokes around all the time, I get jokes at me, we can all laugh. But then, once it reaches a point where it's, like, excessive, I'm like, okay, I'm going to punch you in the face if you keep doing that. So, they wound up putting ham on my laptop, like, 7 or 8 times, and I'm best friends with these guys, so they're just messing with me. And I said, alright, guys, I looked around the table and I said, guys, the next person to put ham in my laptop will be punched in the face. I think that's fair. I gave them all a very fair warning. 5 minutes passed, something happened. 10 minutes passed, something happened. Well, then out of nowhere, I'm just sitting there enjoying myself, and a piece of ham comes flying down with a hand on it, and boom, the laptop gets slammed. So it was my friend Chris. I get up, throw a punch at Chris, miss the first one, hit the second one, hit the third one, and now the whole lunchroom's watching us because, like, I'm punching someone in the face. And the vice principal comes over, stops us. He's like, gentlemen, what's going on here? What's going on? Trying to figure this out. I'm thinking I'm about to be suspended. I'm thinking he's about to be suspended. Chris is nervous. I'm nervous. I'm just like, oh, nothing, sir. We're all good. And Chris kind of realized, all right, I was pissing him off. I don't want anything else to happen. So I'm good, too. And it was just like, all right, go sit down, chill out. Neither of us got in any trouble. They knew that I wasn't a troublemaker because I literally have never done anything wrong in my life. Okay, maybe sometimes, but yeah, so that was kind of the most embarrassing story because the entire lunchroom was watching me as I tried to fight a man that was 1.5 feet taller than me, and I was overweight and chubby and just kind of bringing my fattiness everywhere. Next up, favorite person to co-cast with and why? This is a tough one because every person I cast with, there's many strengths that I like casting with them. Obviously, they're all legends casting with Benson, Duffman, Mr. X, Maven, Puckett, all those guys. It's just a blast casting with them. Each of them has their strengths and other parts that we both excel on, so one of us has to kind of tailor our casting for that match down a little bit. I can't really pick one, honestly. I like casting with Maven a lot because it's just always funny. Typically, when we come back from commercial breaks, he's either rubbing my leg or making a face at me, so a lot of times I'll get tweets like, why is he looking at you like that? Why does he look pissed? And it's because he's literally looking at me like this while I'm like casting, so it's kind of weird. But then Puckett, casting with a legend, the guy's been around forever, which is just awesome, and he can always just speak so fluently, and that's something that I admire and aspire to be one day. So everyone's got their pros and cons about them. Very few cons about a lot of these guys, but really the cons come between the way I have to cast with them. So if I'm casting with Duffman, I make it less play-by-play and more analytical. If I'm casting with Mr. X, I go way more into play-by-play and less analytical, stuff like that. GDog755 asks, where did you grow up? What college do you go to? Basically, what's your backstory? I grew up in northern New Jersey, Bergen County. I still live there today, that's where my home is. But I go to school down at Towson University. I'm a junior here, so I still have a year and a half or a year left, I guess you could say. But I've loved school. I've loved where I grew up. I lived like 8 miles out of New York City, so on any random Saturday, we could just decide, let's go into the city today, which was kind of cool because people dream of going to New York City across the world, and it's just in my backyard. The Moozy asks, Courage, what's your favorite part of going to events? Honestly, my favorite part is just being around the energy and meeting the fans and people who follow these pro players and are so passionate, and then the pro players are all so nice and they all get along. A lot of people see the vlogs that people put up, like Krim put one up the other day from the North American Championship, and how all the pro players are honestly best friends. They might talk a lot of trash on Twitter from time to time against each other or argue in game, but at the end of the day, we all have so much in common over this one game, and everyone can kind of cherish those memories we've had built with it, but also cherish the people around them. Jaramore asks, what got you into casting esports? And honestly, a big thing came when I interned at MLG last summer. I wound up going there, was offered that by Puckett back in like May of last year. Wound up going there, really doing a lot of stuff behind the scenes for the esports report. One day Chris was going to be out sick. It was looking like we were going to have to cancel, and Ron, the producer, was like, yeah, I think we're going to have to end it, but I said, no, this is my time, I'm doing this. I didn't say it like that, I was basically like, I think I could host the show. Wound up doing it, got a lot of positive feedback, did it more and more throughout the summer when events were going on and I wasn't traveling, just filling in for Chris at the time. So it wound up being awesome. That's how I kind of got into the hosting aspect, but then, I'd say 2 weeks before the AW Open, Puckett said, hey, you want to come out here and cast this event? I think you'll do a great job. At that point, I had never casted COD before, and I had like 600 Twitter followers, and here we are 3.5 months later, casted a few events now, and over 7,000 Twitter followers, so it's been definitely a life-changing time for me. Cornette asks, why is Maven so old? Why does our poop smell bad? Why does the sun set in the west? These are all questions that God has made for us and are left to be unanswered. Maven was born prior to Christ's birth, prior to the dinosaurs being extinct. Just look at him, honestly, and look into his eyes and just think of the history of the world has been seen by this man. Another Maven question. I think half my questions were about Maven. Apparently you guys have a fetish for him. Will you ever donate hair to @Maven? No, to be quite frank. I'm waiting for him to get buff and shave the head and just kind of go into the full Cali look with a nice tan. I think that's coming sooner than we think. Are the Adam Killa Sloss gloves a factor? Yes. Have you seen how well he performs with them? No, but seriously, apparently it helps him. Apparently it helps with his finger because he hurt his nerve in it because of how hard he would hit the trigger. Like, that's insane. I mean, he has a trigger stops on, but he literally goes... Oh shit! I don't know how that's possible. In the one Hex video that was tweeted out, he is actually breaking the paint on his trigger, which is nuts. But if it helps him, then yeah, they're a factor. But I really think the big thing that's a factor is that he's the best S&D player in the world. Ali EU asks, in all honesty, how old is Maven, and will he ever join Optic Gaming? Maven is 148,000 years old times the 12th power of 10. divided by 3, multiplied by how many kills I've gotten on the COD franchise, so like probably 200k plus. And that's how you get his age. And will he ever join Optic Gaming? No, because he sucks at COD. I'm just being blunt with you. Dev, hero, or inside out? Here's your answer. I don't know what just happened. Disbo asks, what are your future plans? In the near future, I want to get back on my more consistent streaming schedule. Things have been crazy around here with classes and fraternity stuff. And then once Champs is over, kind of start diving more into building YouTube, creating more unique and awesome videos. And then honestly, in the next year, graduate. By next May would be my graduation date. And then hopefully find a job in this field. Your Uncle Manny asks, would you rather have a nipple-sized penis or a penis-sized nipple? So this specifies that I only get one penis-sized nipple. I'm kind of upset because 2 penis-sized nipples, I can do some pretty incredible things. Like that to people? I don't know. I think that would be pretty cool. Nipple-sized penis, I have one of those. No, I'm just kidding. I can't. I gotta edit that out. Nah, I'll probably keep it in. I'm an idiot. But no. I think penis-sized nipple would be awesome. This is from Chance MLG, who just won the cast-off. He didn't use the hashtag, but he's new to Twitter, so I gave him benefit of the doubt. He used it later on in the chain after I yelled at him. But he said, what's the best advice you could give to an aspiring caster? Well, right now, honestly, the big things are just get involved in the scene. Get active on YouTube, Twitter, everything. Really start producing videos and really try casting over matches, anything. Because I got really lucky in the situation I was in. I'm very thankful to Puckett for every opportunity he's given me, but with the AW Open, that was just kind of out of nowhere. I was not expecting that. And I just kind of went with it. I think you need to make sure you have a great voice for it. Like, I have my normal voice, and even my voice is a little heightened for this video, but then I have my, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Call of Duty North American Championship 2015, presented by Xbox. So I have my casting voice, and then I have my normal voice. A lot of people don't realize that. Some people don't have it near as much. Like, Mr. X isn't that crazy. He just gets kind of a little bit more excited. Typically, Mr. X is just like, I don't see why you would do that. Like, he just like he's just very critical of me. Like, make me cry. But no, seriously, best advice I give to you is know how to get hyped, get into the game, let your passion show, and really just go for it. If you get the opportunity to cast, go for it. Don't overcast, like don't cut out your co-caster, but really just give it your all, show why you're one of the best, know how to break down the game, know how to do play-by-play. You need to be really well-rounded to break into the scene. Sup, remember me. Anyways, if you could have one superpower, what would it be? P.S. Huge fan, keep doing you. Hey, thanks so much, Arrow. If I could have one superpower, what would it be? I'd say flight. I'd want to have flight. So like badass flight, like Superman flight. Not like, oh my god, I'm hitting turbulence and I like fall and crash and die. Like Superman badass flight, like, oh, I want to be in LA by 10 seconds from now. Put on pants first. And I'm out in LA, like that type of stuff. Bacon Bits asks, would you rather shit out 4,000 gallons of mayo or one Ninja Star? Have you ever seen an effing Ninja Star? 4,000 gallons of mayo, thank you. Would you rather fight 100 horse-sized ducks or one duck-sized horse? This is a question I've seen for years on Reddit, now that I've been on that website for almost 4 years, and I've thought about it many times, I've seen it everywhere, and I'd honestly, 100 horse-sized ducks, because if you think about it, let's take a look at how big ducks are. Let's say a duck's this big, right? And there's 100 horse-sized ducks. Well, guess what? I got combat boots and a size 12 foot, mother... I'll beat the shit out of those things. Take it. Easy. Alright, guys, that should do it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed that. Should have some pretty cool announcements coming up in the next few days. Been working on sub icons for my MLG.TV channel. We're already almost at 700 subscribers, so I was going to make this video now. It's not late, but we've just been growing so quick, so I thank you guys so much. Be sure to leave a like and comment and subscribe and share it if you like today's video. Outside of that, guys, I don't really have an outro, so...